Hello, this is teddygaming and welcome back to another review on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Tales of TMNT Volume 2, issue number 27, I believe it is, White Horses. And with this issue, it's a hard one because I like the idea of a story focusing on one character and exploring like who they truly are. But with that being said, April talks a lot throughout this issue, and with what they're doing with April's character, it's just not really so much I'm on board for, but it's just boring. So yeah, okay, let's start with this issue. So with this issue, it's one that focuses on April, and if you don't know the backstory behind April, it's a little bit confusing. But basically, she's not really real. She was a picture that got turned into real life. And the way they was able to do that was through magic crystals. And that's like the bare essentials of what you need to know about April's backstory. And now April is trying to go out and figure out like who she really is, because she doesn't really feel like she really exists. So in this story, it takes place between like a few issues in the Volume 4, the TMNT stuff, which I thought was pretty cool. And really, the whole idea of April being not really real is like one of these things which I like but also hate. Now, the reason why I like it is because it's adding something new to April's character which we've not seen before, and it's adding like a lot of mystery behind all of it, and it does open up like a lot of doors and open options for them to do a lot of interesting things for a character and really explore her, like they're doing with this issue. But also at the same time, I just feel like this whole origin is just ruining her character. I mean, it just sort of just, I don't know, something about it just makes everything that's come before not really real or important to her character, and just feels like so weird. It's almost like with the whole like fake Splinter thing with a clone from Volume 4, when saying that Splinter that they knew for quite a few years wasn't really the real Splinter, and the one that they knew is still alive. Which is cool, but at the same time it just feels like there's a lot of stuff which people like and enjoy about the character, but it just feels a little bit wrong and weird to really enjoy now because you know the or like the history behind all of it. And with this issue, the way they go around it, it's just something which is like is good because like there's a lot of options and like stuff that they could do with the story, and just really explore April as a character, which I do find interesting. But at the same time, because I don't really like this new like story angle for a character, it just feels so weird to like focus so much on it despite it not really being that good for me. So yeah. Now with the actual issue itself, it's just her going around the forest and her figuring out who she really is, and she also talks about her wanting to die, so there's that. But there's not really too much to this issue other than just her just going around and just saying, oh, I want to live, just me alone, me in existence, me in a natural world, me in nature, and stuff like that. And a lot of the stuff in this story could have been cut out, and it's not good. It's there, but it just, oh god, it's one of these kind of things that just, you like it because of like certain aspects which they could take, but then they just don't, and it's just so, And then also thing that to add on to that, to make it even worse, was the fact that April does talk a lot, and I do feel like there's a lot of stuff that like could have been cut out, but yeah, but I don't really know what else to really say about this review, because at the end of the issue she finds out that she wants to live because she saw a spirit of Splinter, so she goes back home or something like that. I won't lie, I got a little bit confused and lost at the end, and couldn't be asked to really take like full interest in the story. I mean, the only other notable thing in this issue was the fact that she met up with an old lady, but there wasn't really too much with that either. She was just there. And there is like this whole like, little sub story in this issue about April reading the book, and there was this horse that was in like these 50s, and the horse, like one horse escaped, and no one's really seen it since. But then at the end of the issue, the old woman turns into the horse, and this bit here is like not something which I'm against or hate, but it's kind of like one of those kind of things which you do somewhat expect would happen just because it is that kind of story. But also at the same time, this bit doesn't really go anywhere, so again, it feels weird and it's just out of place, but it's the kind of thing that works well enough for the story. Yeah. So overall with this issue, it's, oh god, it's one which I want to really enjoy a lot. So with the actual story itself, I think it's okay, but there's like a little bits which I do enjoy. I mean, I really do like stories that do like really delve into like a character, like what makes them them and stuff like that. And with a story like this, with them like exploring April, like who she really is, how she feels and stuff like that, I think it's really interesting and fascinating because there's like a new aspects of a character which we've not seen before, and I do find that to be really interesting. Then combine that in with the mystery behind everything with April's parents, the artifacts with the crystals and stuff like that, it does make for a really interesting story. But with that being said, I do also feel like there's two things that really hold this issue back. One, I do feel like the texts and words that April is saying is just unnecessary. There's a lot of stuff that could have been cut out, and I do feel like maybe majority of this issue, it is like a Sun type of issue, then I feel like this would have worked really well, and there's also stuff which I do feel like they could have explored a lot more, but due to April just basically saying everything that she does, is a little boring, and it doesn't really go anywhere beyond that. And then there is also just the fact that I very much dislike this new origin just because I do feel like this is somewhat taken away from everything which has come before with a character. And like, that's not to say that I'm completely against it, it's just that I do feel like with the stuff that's come before, it just feels a little bit weird to be like, wow, that's the same April and stuff like that. And I'm not completely against it because I do look forward to see where they could take this, but at the same time, because it's like a Tales of TMNT kind of thing, it's, you know, we know that it's not really going to go anywhere beyond a single issue, which is really disappointing, but it is what it is. And then also saw at the end of the issue, which was really showing this comic's age. We got to see a picture for season 4 of the 2003 TV show for DVD. Wow, that is really making this comic feel really old. That the fact that they're advertising 2003 DVDs. Yikes, that is I don't know if it's showing this comic's age or whoa, but it's amazing and incredible that this one of it, but also at the same time, they didn't advertise any of the other stuff that was coming out for the 2003 show, and I believe that this might be like one of the first things which advertised. So, yeah, they might well do a better job in the future of advertising new Toll stuff, so, yeah. But yeah, overall, I feel like this is going to be one of these kind of issues that I might have to reread it quite a few more times to really enjoy and really embrace the new origin of April. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below what do you think about this issue. Do you like it? Do you not? And yeah, that's it for today guys. If you doesn't, please share, like, subscribe and all stuff. Goodbye, yo. Bye.